Bewitched wasn't just another TV sitcom. It was television history in the making. Airing from 1964 to 1972, this enchanting show cast a spell over audiences with its perfect blend of humor, heart, and a little bit of magic. Who could forget Samantha twitching her nose to make problems disappear? Or Endora popping in with sass and spells? Starring Elizabeth Montgomery as Samantha, Agnes Moorehead as Endora, Dick York as the original Darren, and Paul Lynde as the hilarious Uncle Arthur, Bewitched wasn't just a hit show, it became part of American culture. But while the Stevens family lived in a cozy colonial on Morning Glory Circle on screen, the real lives of these stars looked very different, especially when it came to their homes. Where did these actors retreat to when the cameras stopped rolling? Did they live in mansions fit for Hollywood royalty, or did they prefer quiet escapes? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the real homes of the Bewitched cast. Properties worth millions, each with stories as fascinating as the show itself. Stick with us, because at the end, we're revealing the truth about the actual Bewitched house, the real location of those iconic exterior shots, and even a modern-day replica that fans can visit. You'll also hear a surprising bonus about how the show inspired real suburban home designs across America. Ready? Let's start our magical home tour with the legendary Agnes Moorehead, the woman who made Endora unforgettable. Agnes Moorehead wasn't just a sitcom mom, she was a Hollywood powerhouse. Before Bewitched, she was an Oscar-nominated actress, a radio star, and a Broadway veteran. Her career spanned decades, and when she joined Bewitched, she brought gravitas to a fantasy sitcom like no one else could. But Agnes's real-life taste? Nothing short of spectacular. Unlike Endora's flamboyant outfits, her home style leaned towards sophistication and elegance with a rustic twist. Her property, a 6-acre oasis in Northridge Moorehead's home, was a sprawling California ranch estate located in Northridge, a quiet suburban neighborhood in the San Fernando Valley. Purchased in the early 1960s, her property sat on 6 manicured acres, offering both privacy and space, two things Moorehead valued deeply. Built in the 1930s, the home showcased classic ranch architecture blended with European influences, vaulted ceilings with exposed beams, massive stone fireplaces in the living and dining rooms, French doors opening onto wide terraces, hand-carved wooden details, and crown moldings. Inside, the design was rich but understated. Deep hardwood floors, oriental rugs, antique chandeliers, and tasteful art pieces. Agnes collected rare antiques and paintings, transforming her home into something close to a private gallery. The living room was a showstopper, a stone fireplace anchoring the space, surrounded by elegant furniture in muted tones, contrasted by vibrant artwork on the walls. Her formal dining room featured an enormous table where she hosted intimate gatherings for fellow actors and close friends. Special features that made headlines. Private chapel. Agnes was deeply spiritual and converted a section of her home into a personal prayer space. Expansive gardens. Her estate had citrus orchards, rose gardens, and even a vineyard. A pool and cabana. Perfect for entertaining, though Agnes was more known for elegant cocktail evenings than wild parties. An outdoor veranda overlooking rolling hills, a favorite spot for her morning coffee. Agnes loved peace and reflection. Even though she was one of the biggest stars on television, she avoided the Hollywood party circuit, preferring her serene estate to the chaos of LA nightlife. After her passing in 1974, her estate became highly sought after, selling for a significant sum. Today, a property like this, with 6 acres in Northridge, could easily be worth $10 to $15 million, if not more. Now that's a home worthy of the woman who could outwit even Samantha. Next up, the magical lady herself, Elizabeth Montgomery, the heart and soul of Bewitched. With her elegance, charm, and that iconic nose twitch, Elizabeth was America's favorite TV witch. But off-screen, she lived a life of quiet sophistication, and her homes were nothing short of spectacular. The Trousdale Estates masterpiece. In the mid-1960s, during the height of her Bewitched fame, Elizabeth purchased a stunning property in Trousdale Estates, an ultra-exclusive neighborhood in Beverly Hills known for its mid-century modern architecture and A-list residents. Her home was a prime example of California modernism at its peak. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls with panoramic views of Los Angeles, an infinity-style swimming pool that appeared to blend into the horizon, open-plan interiors with terrazzo floors and a sunken living room, a sleek minimalist kitchen with futuristic appliances. For the time, Elizabeth's sense of style shone through in every detail. Mirrored walls, neutral palettes with bold accents, and glamorous touches like crystal chandeliers mixed with contemporary art. Her master suite featured sliding glass doors that opened to a private garden, a sanctuary within a sanctuary. Imagine waking up to the LA skyline every morning, her secret country escape. But Elizabeth wasn't all about Hollywood glamour. She craved peace and quiet, which led her to purchase a country estate in upstate New York during the 1980s. This property was the polar opposite of her Beverly Hills home, warm, rustic, and nestled in nature. It featured a wraparound porch, perfect for morning coffee stone, fireplaces in nearly every room, exposed wooden beams, and cozy nooks filled with books and family photos. Elizabeth loved hosting friends here for long weekends. Picnics on the lawn, wine by the fire, and conversations that stretched into the night. It was her escape from Hollywood's relentless pace. By the time Elizabeth passed away in 1995, her Beverly Hills property had appreciated tremendously. Back then, it sold for several $1 million, but today, a similar Trousdale Estates home easily fetches $20 to $30 million or more. Paul Lynde wasn't just Uncle Arthur, he was a Hollywood icon, a game show regular, and one of the funniest men of his generation. Known for his sharp wit and comedic timing, Paul's off-screen personality was just as colorful as his on-screen antics. Paul's residence in Beverly Hills, perched above Sunset Boulevard, was a true Hollywood bachelor pad. This house screamed personality, dramatic floor-to-ceiling windows showcasing city lights, a crescent-shaped swimming pool that became his signature party spot check, a sunken living room with a built-in cocktail bar because Paul loved a good party. The interiors were bold, fun, and modern, bright accent colors, pop art on the walls, and furniture that made a statement. Every corner of his house reflected his larger-than-life persona. Paul's parties were legendary. Imagine evenings filled with laughter, music, and Hollywood's elite sipping cocktails by the pool. Stories of those nights still circulate among classic TV fans. Today, homes like Paul's in the Hollywood Hills often sell for $8 to $12 million. And that's just for the architecture and location. The history, priceless. Finally, let's talk about Dick York, the original Darren Stevens. Unlike his co-stars, Dick never embraced the Hollywood lifestyle. After leaving Bewitched in 1969 due to severe back pain, York moved away from the spotlight and away from California, his quiet Michigan retreat. Dick purchased a simple farmhouse in Rockford, Michigan, surrounded by rolling fields and forests. It was a home filled with warmth and love, rather than luxury. A wraparound porch for long summer evenings, rustic interiors with brick fireplaces and hand-hewn beams, a big country kitchen where the family gathered for meals. This wasn't just a home, It was a mission base for York's humanitarian work. After retiring from acting, he dedicated himself to helping the homeless and raising funds for those in need. He worked the phones from his modest living room, never seeking recognition, only wanting to make a difference. While his home never made headlines for glamour, it spoke volumes about his character, a man of humility and heart. And now, the house you've been waiting for, the Stevens picture-perfect colonial at 1164 Morning Glory Circle. Was it real? Well, yes and no. The iconic exterior was actually a facade on the Warner Brothers ranch lot in Burbank, on a street known as Blondie Street, a location used for dozens of classic TV homes. The interior, built entirely on sound stages at Columbia Studios, with movable walls for camera setups. But here's the kicker. The design was so beloved that builders across the US started copying it, sparking a boom in colonial revival homes during the 60s and 70s. Today, you can visit a replica of Samantha's kitchen and living room at traveling exhibits and pop-up experiences. There's even a permanent exhibit in some TV museums where fans can step inside the magic. From Agnes Moorehead's elegant Northridge estate to Elizabeth Montgomery's sleek Beverly Hills retreat, from Paul Lynde's party-ready Hollywood Hills Palace to Dick York's humble Michigan farmhouse, these homes tell stories as unique as the stars themselves. While the Bewitched set was pure TV magic, the real magic was in these actors' lives, their triumphs, struggles, and personal sanctuaries. So, which one of these homes would you love to live in? Drop your choice in the comments below. And if you're a true Bewitched fan, hit that like button, subscribe for more Hollywood home tours, and share this with someone who loves classic TV. Until next time, keep the magic alive.